In today's episode of Mind Mirror, we will talk about looking into the psychology of people-pleasing, boundary guilt, and how early experiences shape our fear of disappointing others. You've always been someone who puts others first, who prioritizes the needs of those around you over your own desires. You're the one who shows up to family gatherings with a plate of freshly baked cookies, who listens attentively to friends' problems without interrupting or judging, and who consistently goes above and beyond for colleagues at work. But have you ever stopped to think about why you do it all? Why you constantly strive to make others happy, even if it means sacrificing your own happiness in the process? For many of us, our desire to please others stems from deep-seated fears and insecurities that date back to childhood. We may have grown up in households where criticism and disappointment were rampant, or where we felt like we couldn't be good enough no matter how hard we tried. These early experiences can shape our behavior long after we've left the comfort of home, influencing the way we navigate relationships and make decisions about what's truly important to us. But there's another factor at play, the guilt that often accompanies our people-pleasing tendencies. You know the feeling, a knot in your stomach, a sense of dread that builds as you worry about whether someone will be disappointed if you don't meet their expectations. It's this guilt that can be paralyzing, holding us back from taking risks or pursuing goals and passions that truly matter. Boundary setting is an essential aspect of maintaining our own emotional well-being, but it's often a daunting task for those who have grown up people-pleasing. We may struggle to assert ourselves, to say no when we need to, or to prioritize our own needs and desires. But what if we could reframe this guilt-ridden behavior as an act of self-care? What if we saw setting boundaries as a sign of love and respect for ourselves, rather than a selfish indulgence? Consider the people in your life who are most likely to push your buttons: friends, family members, or even coworkers. Are they those who make you feel seen and heard, or do they consistently leave you feeling drained and resentful? Perhaps there's an underlying dynamic at play that's driving their behavior, one that's rooted in past traumas or insecurities. As you reflect on your relationships, ask yourself, what am I truly seeking from these interactions? Am I genuinely trying to build connections with others, or am I using them as a way to validate my own self-worth? When do I start to feel like I'm losing myself in the process of trying to please others? You may be surprised by how much your early experiences, whether they were traumatic, joyful, or somewhere in between, have shaped your behavior and attitudes towards people-pleasing. Perhaps you grew up with a perfectionistic parent who made you feel like you could never do enough, only to find yourself stuck in the cycle of trying to prove yourself worthy. Or maybe you had a friend as a child who was always there for you, supporting and encouraging you in ways that made you feel seen and heard. Whatever your background, it's essential to recognize how these early experiences have influenced your relationships today. By acknowledging the patterns and emotions that drive your behavior, you can begin to break free from the cycle of people-pleasing and start living more authentically. It won't be easy setting boundaries, and asserting yourself takes courage and practice. But the payoff is worth it, a deeper understanding of yourself and others, and a greater sense of self-respect that allows you to navigate life's challenges with confidence. So I want to ask you, what would your life look like if you started prioritizing your own needs and desires? Would you take risks and pursue passions that make you feel alive? Or would you continue to go through the motions, trying to please others even when it feels suffocating? The truth is, we all have the capacity for growth and change. We can learn to recognize the guilt-ridden behavior that holds us back and start making choices that align with our values and aspirations. It's not about being selfish or arrogant. It's about recognizing that you're worthy of love and respect, regardless of what others think. As you move forward on this journey of self-discovery, remember that setting boundaries is an act of self-love. It means acknowledging your own worth and limitations, and making choices that prioritize your emotional well-being. And when the voices of doubt creep in, reminding you that everyone else needs to be happy before you can be, it's time to reframe those thoughts as lies. You are enough just as you are. Your needs and desires matter. And by embracing this truth, you'll find that you're not only living a more authentic life, but also attracting people into your world who respect and value you for who you are. So what will it be? Will you continue down the path of people-pleasing, always trying to meet others' expectations even when it costs you? Or will you take a bold step forward, embracing your own needs and desires as a sign of love and respect for yourself? The choice is yours. Stay tuned for the next episode of Mind Mirror, a reflection of thoughts you never say out loud.